And there are more questions than answers into mysterious drones spotted over U.S. military bases in England over the past several days.
Right. We've had the first White House press secretary address journalists and I guess the public in this case. Her name is Caroline Leavitt, or Levitz. I hope I'm not pronouncing that surname wrong. I'm sure I'll get it right eventually, Caroline. But I can tell you something that you've got wrong. We're about to get into that right now. So, when asked questions about the drones, Caroline proceeded to say this.
Before I turn to questions, I do have news directly from the President of the United States that was just shared with me in the Oval Office. From President Trump directly, an update on the New Jersey drones. After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. Many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational, and private individuals that enjoy flying drones. In time, it got worse due to curiosity. This was not the enemy.
Approved by the FAA, which means they were authorized by the FAA to fly, and it was a training exercise. So you're telling me that back in 2023 in December, that the drones swarming for no less than 16 consecutive nights over Langley Air Force Base was a training exercise?
U.S. Air Force officials confirming several unmanned drones flew over Langley Air Force Base in Virginia back in December. It's been brought up at congressional hearings twice just this month alone,
which forced them to move an entire fleet of F-22 Raptors, Gen 5 F-22 Raptors, to a neighboring Air Force base in fear of having them damaged. That was a training exercise. Okay, all right, Caroline. Well, no, hang on a minute. What about the situation over the Northeast, seen by a multitude of different people, including but not limited to Mayor Mallam from Belleville, New Jersey, who is a public servant, basically saying that he saw with his own eyes, with a filmographer, orbs transitioning and transforming into drones.
What do you think is going on in the skies?
I mean, it's tough. Every time I see a video, my opinion seems to change. I mean, I've recently been watching and spent some time with the videographer out of Long Island. I mean, he has orbs, these glowing orbs of light on camera that as you watch them right before your eyes, they seem to transform into a mechanical drone.
Is that all just going to go out the window? Like, I'm sorry, but we need to be, for the administration that is claiming to be transparent, you're not being very transparent about this situation, are you? And a number of people, and of course I accept that a lot of this stuff is confirmation bias. There's going to be a lot of people that are like, it looks like something I don't recognize, but it probably is just an aircraft or a commercial aircraft, military, whatever, or a commercial drone. But that's not where it stops. We had 2 months ago these incursions across 3 RAF bases in East Anglia: RAF Feltwell, RAF Mildenhall, and RAF Lakenheath.
3 Air Force bases in England where U.S. troops are stationed detected drones last week.
Several drones spotted over 3 different military bases over several days. You posted on social media about those sightings. What can you tell us about what you've learned?
Well, Nick, the interesting thing about this whole saga is how little the Air Force has been able to tell us about what they're seeing.
So what's that about? What's that about? We had 60 service members go up there to secure all 3 of those Air Force bases. That was a training exercise as well, was it? Right, okay. Well, what about the report from Denmark, where they reported seeing these things? The PET, which is the Danish Police Intelligence Service, reported seeing no less than 20 drones flying over the city, reported by locals and police. What about those? Is that just another... I'm sorry, I'm getting confused here. I don't really understand, like, what's going on here. So all of that, and you're telling me that it was, what? A training exercise? By the way, those were seen disappearing at very high speed over the Baltic Sea. So, I don't know. I just find this very, very strange, and the complete opposite to being transparent. I just can't quite get my head around why they're going with this as an address on this situation, when we all know that it's a lot more than what they're saying it is. It's clearly not just a training exercise, Caroline. Well, I'm going to give this administration the better benefit of the doubt, and hopefully they might come out with a more clearer statement. You had FBI representatives making public statements saying that they don't know what it is. You had police officers, local police officers, in drones and in helicopters saying that when they get close to these things, they just disappear. That's a training exercise. Either Caroline is lying, or she's been fed misinformation by President Trump, or it was a training exercise, and we've got tech that's well beyond what we thought was previously conceived by the general public. What do you guys think about this? You heard it first from DK, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.